Locked in.
Locked and loaded. I think we're going to go straight out the gate on this one, fellas. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
You are now tuned in to Respect to Connect, the best podcast in the motherfucking game. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm here with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, regular ass, Trav, Age is in the motherfucking building.
Yep.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Poppin'.
What's poppin', regular Age, Trav?
Ain't nothing poppin'
Nothing
today.
populating on episode 91?
91.
91? This is episode 92.
Numbers
but
are hard sometimes,
Numbers
dog,
are fucking
alright?
hard on Sundays
Episode 92.
when shit ain't poppin'. Lenward's in the building.
Indeed.
What's poppin', Lenwards?
What's popping? What's popping?
I like the Orville Redenbachen.
I was gonna say, I think it's popping like Orville Redenbachen.
Orville Redenbachen is the way that it should be popping.
All the time.
And as you guys might see right now, we're joined with a special guest. My dog, Raw's in the building. What's cracking, Raw?
Man, feels good to be here, man. Home sweet home.
Hey, episode 92.
Yeah, 92.
We about to get right into the shit. Make some motherfucking noise, Jay.
Yeah, dog.
It's Sunday. I'm still turned. I ain't even had to be on energy, dog. Ain't even had to be on energy. Raw, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I've been wanting to get you on this pod since we started and didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Man,
Now we kind of know what we're doing.
you guys are doing it real big. I was telling them when I walked in, I didn't expect to see this type of operation, man. Got a great team, good crew, man.
Dog, you
It's
know,
badass.
it's been a long fucking journey, brother, of trying to show our state, our city, and our people in the light that we know we need to be shown in.
And man, you're doing that.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hey,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I learn from the best, bro.
Man.
I remember something you told me way back, bro. We're gonna get straight into nostalgia, dog. Fuck
go,
it,
let's go,
right?
let's go.
It's Sunday and we reminiscing. I remember one time you told me, bro, and this is when I was still green, dog, fresh
yeah.
on the scene. You told me, you're like, you know what? People out here were paving roads. Shit, we didn't have no roads.
None.
We had to create the area to start paving these motherfuckers. And that shit stuck with me, bro.
That's dope, man. I heard you say that one time. I was like, I do remember saying that. Yeah, you know? I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
good
that
memory,
shit-
man. But yeah, no, we put in that work, man. We got to start, from the dirt road up.
Yeah, man. And you did, bro. So I'm going to just get straight up into the questions out the gate, my dog.
Yeah.
What and when made you start Raw Music, which is a staple in our scene forever?
Nice, man. So I used to live in San Diego for a little bit after I left here, like my junior year in high school. Moved to San Diego, and I started connecting with some of the hustlers out there that were selling CDs. I was selling for a label called Sickness.net and Low Profile Records, which is a popular, Latino record label. They had like Little Raw back in the days,
Especially
too.
then, they were popping.
They were popping, and so I used to start selling. I started selling CDs at the swap meet out there in Spring Valley Swap Meet, and I was just kind of looking for a side hustle, really, and I would do pretty damn good, man. Eventually, I quit my day job to sell CDs on the weekends, and I came out here to visit my mom, and I went to the flea market, and nobody was doing it, and I was like, oh shit. And, I had a daughter at that time, and I was like, I need to get home to my mom, be around my family, and I'm going to bring my hustle and all my connects out here. And when I got out here, it was dope because two of my good childhood friends, Saint and Perv, the Block Boys,
Shout out the
they
Block
were
Boys.
starting a rap. And I'm like, oh, man. So, and they're like, they could use what I was doing. I could help promote them, and it just all worked out perfect. But, yeah, I started selling at the flea market. I was burning mixtapes. I was selling mad mixtapes. I started like buying from local artists, and I just started there for about a year or so. Then I drove to San Diego with whatever dough I could put together, and I just bought a bunch of merchandise, came down, opened up a store in Old Town. It was in the Casa Grande parking lot across the street from the Botanical Garden. They knocked down the building now. It's a new...
Looks
I forget
weird
what
as
it is.
fuck when I drive by there, dog.
It is weird, man.
Weird.
It's weird. But yeah. So I found that spot. I got so lucky, man. I tried to get it for months, and the guy wouldn't rent it. It was like deserted. I'm like, man, just give me a chance. And shout out to Steve. His name's Steve Garcia, I believe. He ended up renting it to me, gave me a good price, and he gave me some life, So I started selling there and just started growing, man. I did 6 years in Old Town, and then I went downtown for 2 years.
Damn,
So it was a
bro.
good run.
I remember the Old Town location, bro.
Yeah.
I used to always go to that barber shop that was right next
Yeah,
door to it. So
Crossroads.
I'd always pop in and see what CDs you guys had and shit.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
dope. Yeah, no, it was fun, man. And it was crazy because at the time I was like 22 years old too. So I was really young, man. And I was just like trying
that's
to
dope.
find some type of hustle, you know. But yeah, when I look back now, I'm like, damn, I was only 22.
Bro, that don't even
Like,
make any
How
sense.
did you
Yeah.
guys end up linking up? At the store
Yeah,
or what?
at the store for sure. And it's funny because he was telling me about these energy drinks, right? And it kind of brought me full circle. I think the first time I met him, I was doing some promotions with this dude from El Paso, and he had this Loud energy drink. He was like a main distributor for it. It was Loud Records.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But
really?
they had their own energy drink. And this dude had like this big ass, what was it, like a tour bus wrapped. And then, so he would come down, and eventually he goes, man, I want to throw a show. I'm throwing this show with Chingo Bling. I need to get some local artists. It's at the El Paso State Fairgrounds. It was like a big deal, right? And he started popping in the store. And he's like, man, I'm trying to get going. You know, he was popping up all the time. I'm like, yo, there's this opportunity in El Paso that's coming up. And I think I had Joe D, and I think I had Gremlin at the time.
Hey, that's how you know it's real, dog.
Shout out
like,
Joe D,
so I'm
too,
like, yeah, and you want to get in on this? And he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And the crazy part about it all, like the show was like a month away. He broke his leg.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Right?
Yeah, go walking
yeah.
into the fucking Journal Pavilion to go
that-
see fucking T-Pain or some shit.
You broke your leg?
I snapped my ankle, snap, crackle, pop, bro. My ankle snapped in the fucking, they should have cut that shit off almost.
So then he popped up, and he's like, man, I'm not going to make it out Paso. I can't be performing with this cast on or whatnot. And I'm like, man, we'll figure it out. So after that, we ended up doing a couple good big local shows that were called Duke City United. And we started doing that, and I got him on, I think, both of those ones. But yeah, that was how we first connected. Yeah.
Crazy, bro. When you said 6 years, it felt like that was like 16 years.
For real.
That was the longest 6 years ever, dog. So that dog, you were 22, so that puts me at like fucking 20 or 21.
Yep.
Because we got to be the same age. I'm 39.
I'm 40 years old.
Okay, so see, that puts me at 21. That don't make no sense. That doesn't even like compute, actually, bro. And see, for me, it's funny because I remember the first time I remember seeing Raw was on fucking MySpace, right? And I was, you know, born here, raised in San Fidel Granson here my whole life, right? But I didn't come to school out here, you know what I'm saying? So that put a little bit of a separation, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm out there in Grants rapping, right? Only fucking essay out there that's fucking spitting bars. People looking at me like I'm fucking purple, right? And I'm on MySpace trying to get my MySpace game cracking. Who's in my top 8, bitch?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I start seeing battles pop up on MySpace.
Yep.
I'm like,
Battles?
Yeah, I'm like, hold up, what the fuck is this? This is in Burque. What the hell? That's right there by the motherfucking Botanical Gardens. Oh shit, they shooting them motherfuckers too. Oh, this some Albuquerque shit,
man.
dog. I got to pull up to this shop. No joke. But I hadn't yet, right? And my primo Kenny had just got out of the pen, right? So he had that whole I'm getting everything right now mentality, right? Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I wanted to go get some clothes over there at Raw's shop, and I had my mixtape that, what was it called? Best of the Best of Southwest. I had a couple of bangers on there, right? So Kenny pulls up, and it wasn't even Raw, it was Flask was working there at the time, bruh.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, my primo, he makes music, boom, boom, and he threw him the fucking, the mixtape. So then he's like, yeah, you should go into the shop. So the very next day, I came and pulled up to the shop. And that's where, like, it was the central location, dog. Like, for everybody that was trying to make music, or not even music, dog, like, make a clothing brand or get a show cracking or just...
DVDs were just popping off at
Dog,
that point
all
too,
of it, bro. All of it was the hub for anything that, like, if you wanted to know what the pulse of not just Albuquerque, dog, because a lot of people got it confused and think that Raw was just an Albuquerque establishment. I remember, bro, because of you, I made connections up in fucking Carlsbad, down in Cruces, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, honestly, out in fucking Japan. Like, I never thought I was gonna be selling CDs out in Japan, bro. They're out there fucking dressing like essays and buying our music still.
Yep.
It don't even make no sense. But it was the central hub for like everything, dog. So when I was like barely like getting traction, dog, and I'm like, how the fuck do we do this? People look at me like I'm crazy. But then I got a bunch of the homies just fucking 45, 50 miles up the street, and they're battling, they're rapping, they're putting shows together, they're actually doing like, and you know, I come from like Q, bro. I was in there at 15, and I know Rob remembers Q music because he was one of the only ones that was recording us.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to deal with our shit.
Sure, man. He would go to all the shows, everything too.
Yeah,
Q.
like Q, man, was good,
I
and that
remember
was
for sure.
that was when there was like, dog, like you had R&D,
Yep.
and you had Son of Sam, 2-in-1,
2-in-1,
right?
yeah.
I remember, bro. I'll even go back when I was young. You had remember Burque style,
Burque style. I do.
bro. I was like 12, getting their records over there. Sam Goody.
Hit 'em up records too. Was
Yeah.
the old school
Hit 'em
one
up
too.
records.
Yeah, real, because it was Hit 'em Up first, and they had to
Yeah.
change it to Rip 'em Up, huh?
Yeah, Rip 'em Up, yeah.
Or one or the other.
Yeah.
And so I got to see him like, damn, like, they out here actually doing this shit. We ain't crazy. We all trying to do the same thing. Like, why they looking at us like we can't do this shit? And all that happening at the same time, I hear 505, 70 dub.
Yeah.
I hear Meadow talking about Hardy Road and Burque and Albuquerque and New Mexico. And not only was he talking about it, he could spit.
Yeah, man. Metal.
There's a difference,
Yeah,
right?
he was nice, man.
Nice.
Still is.
Still.
I hear his new stuff. I'm like, man, he got it.
He still rap circles around 90% of motherfuckers, dog.
Absolutely.
So that's when I was like, oh, hell nah, bro. I'm Hispanic. I'm a Chicano dude down here from New Mexico. I want to rap. They're rapping. Fucking let's get it. Get these bars.
Yep.
But the springboard for a lot of us, especially then, because this is beginning MySpace, dog. This wasn't viral shit here,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
YouTube still had fucking X-rated videos on that shit, right? So the only place that there was for everybody to get together was his shop.
Yep.
You know?
For sure.
Even producers.
Yep.
Just
Like-
it was a hub, you know. We were just kind of connecting all the dots for everybody. Like me myself, I didn't rap, I didn't make beats. You know, my thing was promotion, marketing. Like I was just the guy that connected all the dots. You know, and I still am to this day in different ways. You know, but yeah, that was my thing. I was like, I'm just gonna connect everybody. You know, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my role. And it was a role that nobody was doing, and nobody was really down for that.
It's a crucial role, bro.
Everybody wanted to be the rapper or the producer or the whatever, you know. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna be the guy in the back that's just, you know, finding the beats for Sane and Perv or whatever I was trying to do at that time. But I was just trying to connect the dots.
Man, and you guys had some, fucking bangers, dog. God damn, bro. I remember I'd pull up. I even got some. Yeah, I'd pull up to Raw's shop and he'd be like, "Yeah, man, Lockjaw just dropped a whole pack over here, bro. Check them out." But he'd have beats on his computer that were ready, like we're ready to pick through or send, bro. He even helped me with some graphics, dog. Damn, bro.
Remember that too.
For real. Whenever I took my mixtape, the one, and I added a few more songs on it, Raw like rocked the graphics on one of them joints. I probably have a couple of copies of that somewhere around.
Nice, man. Got busted out.
Crazy, dog.
Yeah, eventually I started like dabbling in some graphics too, and I was, you know, we needed it, and nobody was able to get it out in time. And I was like, you know what, I can just fucking learn this shit.
Bro, so
I started just doing that too, and I still do to this day. Like I did some stuff for The Crown recently. That's one of my guys too, so I'm still involved for sure.
Shout out
Just in the
Crown,
back.
dog.
I'm in the back.
Yeah, that's
Dope,
dog.
dope.
Another thing I remember too. I don't even know if you remember this, but I remember whenever you were starting to get into the graphics and shit, and I remember you wanted to start like a clothing brand, and I remember you saying like it's got to be something that reps New Mexico, but like on a bigger scale. Like it can't just be like, you know, Zia symbol clothing or some shit like that, right? It has to be something that like can be worn throughout, bro. And I remember like probably like a week after that, you're like, check this shit out, bro, Zia wear. I'm like, oh hell no, that's so crazy. So to see you still, I know you guys see this shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Y'all see that shit? Look, where's the camera? Where's the best camera? Right there. That's my camera. Y'all see that shit? Glow tray. Boom, look. And it's got that Zia wear on it. Bro, this is, we're talking like 12, 13 years in the making.
Absolutely.
That's
13
crazy.
years. So I started with the clothing line because actually I see you wearing the Dukes hat. I was one of the first stores to actually carry Albuquerque Dukes merchandise.
I remember
when
that.
it came back. So it was just, at that time, it was just, I think it was New Mexico Graphics, and or Zia Graphics it was called. And it was Raw Music. We were the only two stores that were carrying the product. This is before like Lids and Hat Zone and all those spots started getting the hats. And we did really good with the brand, you know. We put it out to the streets. We were one of the first ones. But eventually I was like, man, I need I was limited. Like I could only do so many colors of the Dukes had, so many different colorways. Eventually, I was like, man, I need to make something that's for locals that they'll wear. Like I was seeing the bullshit like at Walmart, Walgreens, you know. I'm
All
like,
the tourist
ain't
shit.
nobody wearing that shit.
Hell no.
No one's wearing that. I need to make a clothing line for locals, and it was dope because we pulled it out and still running. But I love to see all these new brands popping out though.
Yeah,
and that's dope as fuck.
Man, I'm saying, dog, like, and I say this all the time, bro. They're probably getting tired of me talking about. Oh, look, here's the shakes.
Oh,
Landwords.
Yeah.
Mr.
Special
Fuck
delivery.
Bizcochitos. I got you a
Oh,
Bizcochito
yeah, I just
shake.
saw
When did
that.
I say that?
Listen,
I saw
you
that
said
episode,
it. I'm
man. I
painting
saw
the.
that.
Oh, see, I'm painting the narrative, dog. Hey,
You gonna stop snitching?
the Bizcochito shakes, bro.
This is it?
Fire. Yes, this is it. They look special delivery. Shout out to Balaques. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Shout out to Blake's. So it's crazy, and I say this all the time, bro, and I'll continue saying it. I soaked up game, dog. I wasn't too far behind, you know what I'm saying? We're almost the same age, but like,
Yeah.
you guys had traction before, you know, anyone even wanted to hear a fucking verse from Gremlin, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Outside of the people that were close to me, right?
Yeah.
So I was continuously soaking up game. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, you know what? And I've talked about this a bunch of times, so I won't take the whole details into it, but it was
Yeah.
specifically a moment when it was me, Joe D, and Nipsey outside of Leo's.
Yeah, I remember
For
that.
one of that, he did 2 shows down here, but it was the first one, I want to say.
Yep.
And he was talking about his clothing brand. And Joe was already cracking too, right?
Yeah,
He already had
cutthroat
his
clothing.
Yeah, he had his cutthroat shit popping already.
Yep.
And he had it was in his pad, dog. He had not the heat press,
You have the screen
the
print.
screen printer in
his
his
house?
pad. He was cracking them
in
joints
the living room.
off, bro. And we were sitting there talking, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's exactly what I want to do. And instead of Joe, you know, saying, let me get your dough and bring you the shirts and charge me a finder's fee of, I don't know, $1 per shirt, which you would have been well damn worth getting that, right? He said, I'm going to El Paso next weekend, hop in with me, let's run it. So he came pick me up, went to El Paso. He introduced me to all his plugs out there for the T-shirts, right? He was brother, when I tell you this little Asian lady freaked the fuck out to see Joe D. She goes, how to break a Zia queen, yelling at this fucking dude. I'm like, what the fuck? They had his mixtapes, and she already knew what his orders were. She was bringing out his T-shirts, right?
Nice.
So he just gave me that plug, bro.
Yeah,
and then I seen how Raw was doing it. He was getting like designs that were made for New Mexico artists and people that we would actually rock. Not that shit from like the airport.
Yeah. Exactly.
Weird ass fucking Gildan T-shirts that fit weird as fuck.
Yep. Shrink.
Shrink, neck all crazy,
Yeah.
looking fucking busted and dusted. So I, you know, we bring back the shirts, and again,
Yep.
Joe D did not have to do this, but he did. He didn't even charge me the work to do the shirts. He said, pay for your screens, and I'll press these First Merciless T-shirts for you.
That's dope.
Dope, dog.
Bam.
Yeah.
I still got one that's way too big, dog. I was rocking 3X at the time, too.
Right.
It was around that era. It's in the back of my closet, bro. Swear to God, I'm keeping that shit forever.
That's
Bro,
dope,
I
man.
actually still have one. It's like one of the first ones, dog. It's still in the package and everything.
Oh,
dog.
shit.
Nice.
Still in the
Yeah, it's
package?
Still in the package, dog.
That's dope, dog.
I
know
thought you
what
were
I'm
gonna say
saying?
that's disrespectful.
No, that's dope.
You
gotta keep that
rocking
shit-
my shit.
Hey, at least,
It's on
bro,
ice.
For real, no,
Yeah.
it's dope. I still got that
It's
shit.
on ice.
So, like, I soaked up game. I was there watching how, like, because, you know, I was kind of like the middle generation of it. You know, you had Meadow and you had Gambino, right?
Yeah.
They were kind of like the OG homies. Not so, like, Meadow's definitely the OG, right? But then Bino's, like, right after him.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, like, I was paying attention. I'm watching, like, what's working, what's not. And that's when we were fucking doing show. Bro,
Yeah.
anybody that would let us do a show, right?
For real.
Man, we destroyed Misty's Hideaway. Dog.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. But when they'd pull up in the party bus
Yeah, we had the party bus there.
and we were all in there rocking,
Yeah.
homie was on stage, we get out there in a party bus and get lifted and then walk back in stage. Brother, you couldn't have told me that we hadn't already made it.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what
we were
I'm
just
saying?
trying to do it real big, you know, as big as we could possibly do it. That was a great time, man, for sure.
I remember you had Nip in the
Store.
store too.
Yeah, man. So you said you went to the Lils one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that we did, he was doing a show at Paparazzi, on Coors, actually.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so this is paparazzi days. And shout out to my boy D from Hub City. I'm not too sure if Hub City's still open right now, but he was the main promoter there. And he needed someone to do graphics for Nipsey, and he needed a ticket seller, and he needed someone to help hit the streets with the flyers. So he connected with us. He was like, man, I'm going to bring Nipsey down as soon as he gets here. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But we didn't really promote it because it's not a guarantee, you know. And sure enough, the day of the show, he popped up with Nipsey, man. Nipsey pulled up in the van and had like 6 of his homies. And I'll say this, out of all the rappers that really ever came to my store, he respected the hustle so much. Like, he bought a bunch of shit. Like, usually the rappers would come, they want free shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, let me get that hat. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to wear it in a video or whatever. He was like, nah, man, I got something just like you in my city. It's called Sloss and Tees. This is before Marathon. And he's like, I got this store called Sloss and Tees. And I'm like, no way. So he bought a bunch. He spent like $250 probably. And I'm like, damn, no rapper ever spent no money like that. But just a good guy, man. I still remember mixtape. He even bought like some bootleg mixtapes. And I remember the Game had just dropped this mixtape like the day before. And I'm like, yo, you're on the second verse right here on this That's a Game mixtape. Yeah. And so he had a spindle of Bullets Don't Got No Names volume 3.5. So it was volume 3.5 because he just got the feature from Drake called Killers, a song called Killers. So he re-released the mixtape and he called it volume 3.5. And he brought that and he left me a spindle. He didn't even want $1 or anything. And he gave me the covers. He was like, you put them together. Here's the CDRs. Give them out, whatever.
Dope, bro.
You know what's crazy?
We sold them
I still
bitches.
got that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee that is still in my storage shed, bro, with the rest of my CDs.
Yep.
That's crazy, dog.
For real. It's the black and white cover.
Yep.
So I just found the signed ones from him.
For real?
Yeah, I got 2 signed. I got the flyer that I designed. He signed that. And then I got the mixtape cover.
That's
and he got that.
brother.
And there was like 2 or 3 dudes there that had cameras. I mean, this is, you know, back in the days, like I think it's like 2013 or something. And there's a few pictures that, you know, that they took. But I'm like, man, I wish I would have known. I would have had cameras, all that set up. But I wasn't, people would always say, oh, we're going to bring the rappers through. But it's not a guarantee, right? So I wasn't prepared, but he did pop up and showed love. And I returned the favor too. I will say that. So that summer I went out to LA, and so I popped up to his store, and I was talking to his brother Sam, and I'm like, yo, Nipsey came to my store, spent a bunch of money, so I did the same. You know, I went over there and bought a bunch of stuff. This is before the marathon, you know.
You said Sloss and Tees.
Sloss and Tees, it was called. Yeah.
That's so crazy, dog. And it's a trip to see because, again, dog, like, you got these little places that are putting on for their culture, like, correctly and trying to give back to the community, right? And it sucks because it's a double-edged sword sometimes.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like you can kind of, like, lose motivation to do it when people come into your house and continuously shit on your floor.
For real.
Right?
Absolutely.
I'm sure you have people break into the shop.
Man,
I'm
I
sure
had
all that stuff
windows
happened.
broken.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my shop caught on fire one time. It was a lot, you know, and it's something you got to go through. It comes with the territory, you know, and
Especially if you're trying to stay there.
because it did get Molotov cocktail bomb one time.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, man. So I could have ended it right there, right? It could have been like, this wasn't for me or whatnot. But we regrouped, you know, we came back a month later with new cases, new merch. We lost everything. I didn't have insurance or anything like that. This is like early in Raw Music days. I think somebody got upset because there was a lot of rappers, you know, battling each other like we were talking about. And someone got upset and ended up getting bombed. But I came back, we reopened it, and it actually got better, you know, so. Worked out.
It's crazy. Like it's a double-edged sword, dog.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. No,
and
it
I'm never gonna quit. Like I'm not. Like sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
dog. To quit, there's no quit in me. We're gonna keep doing this shit. But sometimes it's like, fuck, bro. What the fuck am I doing this for? You know what I mean? People are just gonna come and take a shit on the floor,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
You're doing it for them. But
Yeah.
it's like
They don't appreciate it.
They don't appreciate it.
And I say they as in a very small number.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they're
for
the
sure.
louder ones. They're the ones that
Absolutely.
are fucking the loudest. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease type of shit. Because look at all the good that Nip and his brother did for their whole area, right? And it
crazy.
took one bozo to destroy it all.
Yep.
You know, so it's like you got to kind of, there's got to be a balance, bro. And I think, unfortunately, we've had to learn that the hard way with a lot of, you know, some of these people that are actually trying to do that.
Yeah.
You got to move a little different, dog. You got to
Got
make
to.
sure. And again, bro, especially here, dog. Especially here, bro. It sucks, but there's not a lot of industries, so it feels like there's a small ceiling. So people are like, they see you doing something that they want to do or they couldn't do, and not a lot of people, but a small fraction, it hits them in the heart, and it's like they feel like they take it personal. When all we're trying to do is build something better for all of us.
Right.
You know?
And it goes down to like the poverty thing, right? A lot of people they see people with money, see them doing good things, they get jealous. You know, that's where it all stems from, for sure.
Lenward says that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a poverty issue.
No, it is. Absolutely. It's
Poverty
issue.
mindset.
Yeah,
Exactly
Get
what
over
it
that.
is. Got to get over that.
You got to, because until you get over that, you're never going to climb out of it.
Never.
Right? If you stay stuck in that, that's the frequency you're going to vibrate at, and that's where you're going to stay. Right?
Absolutely.
So before we move completely out of Cali, we got to touch on the Drake and Kendrick situation.
Oh, okay.
There, my dog, because I know when Drake first dropped where you were at with Drake, right? We've had these conversations before. How'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about the beef?
When Drake first dropped or Kendrick?
When the whole thing just started. Yeah, hindsight. So
Hindsight.
everything now, bro, from start to finish, were you surprised? How do you feel about where it is? What do you think? What's your take on it? We haven't talked about music like this in a while.
Yeah, we haven't, man. So I will say it was just so good, though, you know, at the end of the day. But I loved it, man. So Kendrick, you know, kind of poked the bear. Drake came out, dropped a couple tracks. I like how he was like begging him to drop, right? He's like, drop. Is he going to drop? I'm like, he's going to drop. Trust me. And when he did, man, it was ether.
Yikes.
You know, so definitely I mean, like most people in the world, Kendrick definitely did his thing and got the W on that battle. It's funny because I still have debates like on my phone right now. Matter of fact, I was driving here yesterday, and my brother-in-law, Gilly, shout out to Gilly and the boys, cousins out in AZ, but we still talk about that. It's still going.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he sends me posts every day. It's nonstop, man. It was good. It was fun.
It was great for the culture.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that, you know, I've taken a lot from it, but you got to give it to Drake for standing on business, right?
Absolutely.
You got to give it to him.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
He didn't run, dog.
No.
And I think people expected him to run before J. Cole was going to bow out of the beef.
Absolutely.
People thought, oh, there's no way Drake is ready for this, right? And the thing that's crazy is when he dropped Family Matters, right? I was like, oh, fuck.
The red button.
Oh, fuck. This dude did it.
Yeah.
That record would have obliterated anybody else, dog. That would have been career ending. Because that record was a fucking banger, dog.
It was tough.
It might have been his best diss record of his whole career, dog.
I think so.
And then 10 minutes after, we get Meet the Grams. And I'm sitting in my living room just with emotions I didn't even realize could like happen throughout a beef. Right. I felt like I was in trouble. I felt like Kendrick said, everybody sit down. You're in detention. Listen to the principal. Damn.
Alchemist on the beat.
That man. Shit would, I still think everybody, I know, you know, not like us, banger. Yeah. I know what that one did. I think we forgot too fast about Meet the Grams, because that's the one where he fucking ripped his soul out and said, look, my dude, might have been one of the most disrespectful diss records I've ever fucking heard, dog.
Man, he talked about mom, you know, his kids, all that. You know, he hit a bunch of different topics, and it's cool. For that battle that weekend, May 5th, 6th, and 7th, I think those are the dates that they all dropped. I was actually in LA. My son had a tournament out there, a basketball tournament, and I remember just Not Like Us came out on the Sunday, I believe, or it came out Saturday night. And Sunday, that's all you hear in LA. Like every car I'd pull up to the light, Not Like Us, you know, it was wild. I'm like, damn, I happened to be in LA at the time of this drop. It was crazy, man. But yeah, I love it. I love the new Kendrick album.
That shit's a banger.
He did something for the West Coast. You know, a lot of his albums didn't sound this West Coast. It had good vibes. The production was crazy. Not his most lyrical. I think he was going for more like West Coast party vibes, you know, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, what do you say? This isn't for the rap. This isn't for the lyricists. Dog.
Yeah, I have a homie who's not a Kendrick fan at all.
Because he's a Drake fan, huh?
And he's all kind of, not really, but
he just don't like Kendrick.
Yeah, he just kind of don't care for Kendrick, and and then he was all, bro, better not fucking say anything, but I kind of been bumping that Kendrick album. I was like, hey dog, I ain't a huge Kendrick fan either, dog, but
That shit
yeah.
it's a good album, bro.
It's
I
harder
gotta
than
say
some
that.
old ass biscuits. It's still heavy rotation. I'm
Heavy
running
rotation.
this morning. I'm like, yeah, let's listen to GNX for the fucking
I know,
bajillionth
dog.
time.
Man.
It's got replay value like
lot of
crazy.
replay value.
dog.
I appreciate this project.
Shit's
Like his
hard.
other albums are dope, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like they're dope.
You
But
know
this
what?
one I appreciate.
This one's a little more funner.
It is.
You know, just roll down the window.
It
just
feels like a victory
man.
lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
feels like a
exactly what
victory
it
lap,
is.
right?
Exactly
He's
what
like,
it is.
man, we going still. And he still ain't taking his foot off the gas, dog.
He's not.
He's not. The thing that I did not expect out of all of this was Cole to back out of it,
Yeah, man.
right?
I was shocked.
Bro, you know how much of a Cole
Yeah.
fan I've been forever.
For sure.
Right? We've been wanting to see this.
Yeah.
And when he backed out, to me, that was the most shocking moment of the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Wasn't shocked that Kendrick got the dub, right?
Yeah.
I was shocked about Cole backing out. I was shocked about how well Drake actually did stand on business.
Absolutely. He did good. But way better than I expected, for sure.
Way better.
I'm like, that's why I
dog.
tell my people, they're like, I'm like, man, he went up in my book. You know, he really did. You know, and like you said, Family Matters probably smokes 90% of the game, 95% of the game.
Easy.
And it's just
This
he's
man
a
brought the
different
van
animal.
out, smashed the van. That, I'm telling you, dog, that I guarantee him and his whole team thought this the nail in the coffin.
Yep.
There's no way. Kendrick probably just sitting there watching, waiting, pacing in the studio. They drop it. He's like, upload that shit. Bro, when the drums, when you hear that Alchemist beat come in, I swear, bro, we were in the living room. It was me, Dom, Johnny Jr., and Matt. And we're all of us just sitting there like, oh my God, because Family Matters was such a fucking banger.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no, this is here we go. And then I'm looking at Instagram, right? And I look at all of them, 10 minutes. I'm like, Kendrick just fucking dropped. We throw it on YouTube. We all sit down and we just sit there and listen. I swear to God, when the song was done, we didn't talk for about like 5 minutes. I was like, there's no way that was even real.
I know, man.
There's no way that even happened.
Yeah, that was a crazy time, man. People never forget where they were at that time, for
No,
sure. I was in
yeah.
the hotel room in LA, and I was just in the group chat was just going off. You know, the group chat was just like, oh my God, there's another one, and they're already breaking down bars and everything. So, and then of course Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Twitter was.
I was kind
insane.
of surprised how fast people were getting off like their skits of what's going on. Like,
For real?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like
Damn.
it was like Drake, like it was
Yeah,
supposed to be Drake and his homies, and like there was a leak. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like it was like fucking like the
Yeah.
next hour. It seemed like
For
they
sure.
The
released.
RDC homies don't sleep. They don't play. When it's time for a skit, that shit up like 30 minutes after
Bro,
the shit
sure.
goes down.
That shit was that shit had me.
And that were
going.
on point. That was the funny one. Whenever he's all, they're like, "Oh yeah, we just dropped it. Let's go. Time to party."
Yeah.
And he's like, he just dropped again. He's like, "What? No, he didn't. Yeah, he did." He just dropped. He's all, and then he's reaching for his piece. He's like, "Nah, man, nah, that's not how we gonna handle this." He's like, "I'm gonna get in the studio again." He's like, "Man, this shit ain't working, dog."
Yeah, one of the first ones I seen was where they're he's like, Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. Yeah, and then, the one I seen the skits all the homies like, hey, don't listen to him, dog. Don't listen to Drake. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's funny, dog.
I think it was really, really good for the culture, dog, because up until that point, hip hop was at a kind of like a stagnant,
Yep.
stale place, right?
Yep.
There was nothing that was like shocking.
What was
sure.
the last major beef? Was it like Eminem and 50 and all
I
that?
think the last major beef was M and MGK.
I mean, major. Because I
yeah.
mean,
Was that maybe?
I don't
Not
think that's
really.
major.
because Drake did
That was
the
white on white
Drake
crime.
did the Meek Mill battle too. There was a couple little battles.
There was.
That was
nothing at that level for sure.
No.
Definitely 50 Cent versus everybody was big. The Game versus 50 Cent was huge.
That was probably the last really, really, really big culturally significant one because
Sure.
Yeah.
Jay and Nas was before that.
That was
Yep.
before that.
It was like Pac, Big, Jay, Nas.
Yeah.
I remember Jay and Nas, dog. That was like
was
culture
crazy.
That one had to stop quick.
shattering.
And it
Bro.
sucked because you had to wait months for the next reply.
Months.
Like for the album, you know.
Yeah, I was pulling up to Record Roundup like every week to
Yeah.
see if I could get a response. You know what I'm saying? On some mixtape that had leaked. Because when Jay dropped the Takeover, everybody thought, "Oh shit, dude. Oh shit."
Who do you think won out of that?
Oh, Nas,
Nas.
in the
Yeah.
in the
Ether.
beef,
Ether, bro, yes.
Ether, dog.
Yep.
In the beef, all right, beef. Nas won that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Who
just
won the
fact that
actual
people's-
battle because Jay ended up working over there at Def Jam and signing them is a different conversation.
Yeah.
Well, it depends
Success.
on how you consider like the parameters of the actual battle.
Yeah.
Because it got outside of the booth.
Yeah.
But I think that's why Jay stopped after Super Ugly though. Like he didn't like going at him on record as much as he liked doing the business thing.
Well, Super Ugly wasn't. I mean, that was the response to Ether. Like, come on, dog. I brought. You know how forgettable Super Ugly was.
Yeah.
And I'm a Jay fan. I fuck
yeah.
with Jay-Z.
Me too.
That was not it, Chief.
Yeah.
No, that didn't do nothing.
It was a mix. It was like a mixtape beat, Dr. Dre beat or something too.
Ether was gross. That was like, goddamn, bro.
I remember
that.
I downloaded that shit
Download that.
from Kazaa.
You guys remember that? Did it make
Hell
you
yeah.
so burn slow, dog?
It did.
Come
I
on.
did. Yeah, that whole album was
Oh
dope,
man,
bro.
Stillmatic. That was.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out, man. I came to Albuquerque at that time. I was living in San Diego, and I brought it. Me and my brother listened to that shit for like 3 weeks nonstop.
Brother.
The album was so good.
That Soprano sample.
Oh man,
Get yourself a good.
Yeah.
there's a bunch of good.
God
songs. The one
damn.
he does rewind on that one too, right?
Yeah, bro,
Just
that
rewind.
shit's dope.
I'm not gonna lie, and this might be an age thing here, and maybe like a where we live type of situation. I understand Illmatic is the classic, right?
Yeah.
I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
But as far as what I listened to more, I listened to Stillmatic way more than Illmatic. That was just me, personally.
I think I might be with you on that.
I think it was where we
They're
lived.
both so good, but it just man,
When it
still
came
mad.
out, right? Illmatic dropped in what, like 92?
94.
94? Okay, so what, I was 9?
Yeah.
So yeah, when Stillmatic dropped, I was fucking 16.
Yeah, you
So
were right in the pocket.
I was right in the pocket for it.
My Nas go-to is It Was Written.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one
The
too.
old-
That is
That's
a-
the older one. Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
gave you power.
I guess,
No?
I guess it is an age thing.
Gave
'cause
You
I like
Power is tough.
Illmatic. Like
Yeah.
Illmatic's still my favorite Nas album.
I went and revisited Illmatic because I had just finished watching what's that series with Jason Bateman?
The Ozarks?
Ozarks. I just finished watching it like
Very
about
good.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You remember the last episode where Homegirl's the whole shit's Illmatic?
Shit, yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta go revisit that classic. God damn, 16? This man was 16 years
16.
old, brother. Bro, a lot of people don't even barely figured out how to wipe their ass when they're 16.
That's crazy. And then
And
you
I-
had DJ Premier beats. You know,
Crazy.
man.
That
Wow.
doesn't make any sense. Like, and see, that's the thing, bro, is at the point now where we were with hip hop, right, and where we are, it was getting a little stagnant. It was a little stale.
Yep.
Someone needed to come in and shake shit up.
Shake shit up. Get away from that mumble rap. You know, the drill stuff. You know, it kind of got back to the bars, lyricists. You know, loved it, man. So good for the culture, and hopefully it continues, right?
Really?
Because yeah, it was boring. There wasn't much. You know,
Nah,
these guys were coming out and they were hot for like a year, but there was no longevity. You know, these on some of the artists, it raised the bar. You know, and you're seeing that now too.
It all sounded the same, dog.
All sounded the same.
You know what I was thinking when you start thinking about all the big beefs and stuff that happened, and obviously I go straight back to Nas and Jay in like a comparison to Kendrick and Drake, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the closest you can kind of compare.
Yeah.
Because at that point they were at their fucking peak, right? They were the biggest rappers to come out of New York, probably in the game, period, at that time.
Yeah.
Same thing here, right? So that's the only one I could compare it with. You can't really compare it to Pac and Big because that's a completely different conversation. You can't compare it to 50 versus The World because that's a little different too. But you compare it to that, and then I started looking back and thinking about how Jay started moving after he lost the beef, right?
Yeah.
It's all
what did-
business.
What did he say? He's all, we rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. It was that was like the end of Rockefeller, bro.
Yeah.
Like when you actually go back and like look at like the math.
Yeah.
After that, Jay was like, you know what?
Part.
I think it's time
Went
for
a
me to
different
go
way.
over here and run. I need the Def Jam squad.
Yeah.
Let me get this click. And that's when he had Kanye, Rihanna.
Yeah.
Fucking, he even had Jeezy over there for a while, right?
Def Jam, yeah, Def Jam.
Jeezy was there on Def Jam during that whole little era.
Yeah.
For sure.
They got Jeezy for a couple albums.
And then he signed Nas.
Yeah.
So it's like, Beef won, battle, I don't know where you would land on that.
Yeah, success too. You start looking at it's got to be Jay on the success level, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
But Nas, man, his
I mean,
last
they're
3
both
projects.
successful, though.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely,
they're both,
absolutely.
But as an MC bragging rights, like I got you, you didn't get me, Nas probably is going to have that
Would you-
around.
would you guys rather listen to? I mean, not that you have to listen to one or the other, but like Jay-Z's new projects or like Nas's.
Damn,
Nas is killing shit.
I'm gonna answer right now without even thinking about it. I'd rather listen to Nas because of what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Bro.
Boy.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Man, those Hit Boy projects.
Fuck.
Crazy,
I think
bro.
it's KD3 or there's 3 of them, right?
All of them.
Man, they're so good.
There's so many. He
So
dropped. I
fucking
think he
good.
dropped like 6 in total.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 or 6, and they're all Jesus.
They're
Christ,
good.
bro. Like it's almost like he's better.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody always
I think-
complained about his
Well,
beat
when you
selection.
find
That's
the
what I was
right
gonna say.
producer, dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit Boy and him just mesh.
Yeah.
You know, that was a match made. And I heard he's doing the premiere album, so
Yeah, bro.
hopefully we finally get that,
That's
right?
what he said. That'll be fucking.
He says it's in the works. I saw 2
crazy.
songs already drop, one with Lil Wayne on a feature.
Yep.
But that premiere Nas album's gonna be insane too.
You think Kendrick gonna bring out Wayne in the Super Bowl?
You know what? After seeing that Lil Wayne statement the other day where he was saying, "Oh, you know,
Kill it.
that they had the phone call." He said, "Kill it." I was like, I think he's gonna bring out Weezy, man.
I think he is, bro.
Yeah, because
And
why would he be cool with Kendrick after the Drake shit, right? He
Because-
must have said, come on out."
well, I low key think, and this is just me being a fucking mitotero, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
over here. This is the Gossip Podcast, guys.
yeah.
Welcome to it. I think Lil Wayne and Drake ain't been simpatico in
Seems
a
that
little
way.
while, dog.
Seems that way for sure.
Well, I mean, come on, dude. Fuck this bitch while he was in jail, dog. Like,
Right.
you supposed to be my boy. Now you out here smashing my chick I just had at the fucking the Lakers game courtside. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, that's wild.
Wild.
And then he did that
activities.
Louisiana, and Drake wasn't there. Drake was
wasn't
courtside at a game that night, and I'm like, damn, Louisiana, that's a big event.
Math.
You know,
ain't really
he should have been
math
there
in
for
here.
sure.
I feel if he comes out, that solidifies my theory.
Yeah,
He brings him out. That means he's not on that side over there.
exactly.
I see him. I don't. Everybody's like, well, what song are they performing together? I don't think they're gonna perform a song together. I think Kendrick will be getting he'll be in his bag, and then he's gonna like step off, and all of a sudden we're gonna hear a milli. He's gonna come out and kill it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Everyone go
they're
crazy.
they don't have any songs to share.
They do.
really.
They have
Mona
that
Lisa.
Mona Lisa. Yeah, that's
They're
not
not gonna perform that shit.
Imagine,
I hope
imagine,
not.
no, that would be fucked up,
Oh
bro.
my God,
Don't do
bro.
that. That would be crazy. But that's not gonna happen. He'll step out of the way. Wayne will come in, get his shit off, and then we'll continue rocking. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
How'd you feel about Dre and Snoop's new project?
So I started listening. The first listen, I was like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But as I keep listening to it, I'm liking it, man, for sure.
Yeah,
And you know, Snoop's older now, but it's still dope, man. The production's crazy. You know, I need to keep, running back a few more times, but it's getting better for me for sure.
Like to me, it's like the grown version of like the West Coast sound.
Yeah,
Because you got Kendrick who just dropped.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's the same type of sound, but a whole
Yeah.
different fucking sound.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's kind of crazy because we're getting a glimpse at the narrative changing about hip hop is only a young man's game.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you had Cube just drop, Snoop and Dre just dropped. You had LL
album
just
earlier was
dropped,
crazy.
and that, bro. And again,
That
that
shit
shit came out of nowhere. I was like, what the
bonkers.
fuck? I couldn't believe it. It was as good as it was because he hadn't dropped in like fucking 15 years, dog. Still out here can spit.
Eminem dropped too.
And that's been his best project since fucking I'll go to what? Let's see. Yeah, don't get me started to talk about the death of Slim Shady. That's his best project since when he came back out with
Marshall Mathers.
No, not Revival. Recovery.
Recovery.
That's his best project since Recovery.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking. I think it'll got a high chance of winning best hip hop album of the year at the Grammys. I would venture to say it's probably that or Future's project that'll
Yeah.
win.
Which one?
Death of Slim Shady.
For this year?
Yeah, it's nominated.
What?
You think Future's album is better than the Death of Slim
No,
Shady?
I'm surprised either one of them got nominated.
Yeah, what else dropped?
I wasn't feeling Future's project.
Yeah, but you're not big on Future, to be honest.
I mean, he's got some bangers. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
but you're not like, damn, it's itching to throw on that new Future.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are you?
What? For Future?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even listen to it.
See,
I'll
there
be
you
honest
go.
with you. I saw the art, and I love the art because
Yeah.
I fuck with the Dungeon Family tough.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care to hear any new Future music.
For me, it's not Future albums. It's
It's
Future
yeah, singles.
like bangers.
Yeah.
He's got some fucking bangers, dog.
There's
Like
2 albums too, right? So
Yeah.
you got the double disc and
Double
then
disc.
his last joint. But yeah, actually I like some of the songs for sure. I like Future. Production's dope.
Production on his is always fucking bonkers.
Who else got nominated though?
I'm curious too.
I can't even remember, bro. I think LL might be. No, I don't think he's on the list. I think
Damn,
he dropped
really?
too late. Yeah, he's not.
Oh, he dropped too late.
Yeah, I can't remember. But when I seen it, I was like, yeah, I think the death of Slim Shady. Just as far as a project goes, there's just no way that's not the best one that's dropped as a project in that time span.
Gotcha.
If it's up against Kendrick, I don't know.
No, Kendrick dropped too late.
He didn't make it.
Oh, he dropped too late?
Yeah, he didn't make the list. That'll be next year.
So
that's a shoe-in. That's a shoe-in, dog.
Maybe.
Maybe. Unless he drops a new project, what they're saying is in the holster already, he's competing with himself.
Yeah.
So, but you M dropped. You know, you have all these older artists that are dropping and switching the narrative of, nah, these old dudes can't do it. Because they're still out here fucking lyrical. The one thing I took out of the Snoop project, the main thing I took away from it, which I give about a 6.5 right now. That would be my
that's fair
points for it. Because there was 4 songs that I definitely could have lived without. The Sting song, I did not need that. I understand they're trying to think outside of the box, but I'm never running that one back ever again. A lot of people had an issue with the Tom Petty one. That one didn't bother me as much.
I thought that was all right.
I thought that one was all right too. But my main takeaway was Snoop's rapping his motherfucking ass off.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I've ever heard him rap like this. Whoever wrote that shit, my dude.
They probably called in a bunch of people.
I want to know who wrote that shit. Because his fucking bars are fucking razor sharp. I never in my wildest dreams thought on a song with 50, Snoop, and M, Snoop would have the best verse.
Damn.
You think 50 was the weakest one?
I think 50 had the least replay value verse.
I was like, man, really? That's what you brought?
Yeah, it just wasn't it for me. M could have had it, but then towards the end, he went on some crazy little tangent with fucking, that was unnecessary for me, right? Snoop was in the fucking pocket, dog, spitting bars. And he's 185 years old, dog. Hip-hop years.
Yeah. Experience, bro.
What does he say? He's I hit up my homegirl Martha. I got my homegirl Martha on speed dial.
Let's do it.
It's cool to see, dog, because we all grew up with the narrative that there's a shelf life for rappers. Which I think
for most rappers there are. Yeah, let's be honest.
But you think that's an age thing or just?
No, it comes down to style and content, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Snoop and Cube and LL Cool J, they have all these styles that can still keep going. But if you're just mumble rapping, dog, you're not gonna you're not gonna have shit to say when
no
you're
longevity there.
No longevity, dog.
There's not.
I think it is a young man's game to some extent, but. If you're playing checkers and not chess in this game, then you're gonna have a short career.
You know, it's crazy because I showed my boys the Tupac document because they wanted to watch the Tupac movie. I said, "Hold up, that shit's stupid. We're not watching that. No, don't. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys Resurrection."
That's better.
They had never seen it. The only thing you need to watch.
In his words.
His words.
Yeah.
When we got to the end of it, all 3 of them, from my 22-year-old, Aaron didn't watch it. From my 22-year-old all the way down to my 11-year-old, were like, wow, we get it. They've been listening to Tupac forever, but they weren't there, right? Like we were. So for them to see it play out how it did, god damn, bro. And then I started thinking to myself, he's been gone for 27 years, dog.
That's crazy.
Who right now, if they went away, would have that level of impact? Yay?
For sure.
Easy.
I could see that.
I could see that too.
Absolutely.
Actually, now that you say that, I could see that too.
Good body of work.
Yeah, with the body of work. People will go in and be like, oh man, I missed this. Did you hear what he's saying? He was on his shit. He was doing this. He was saying that. Because, man, I mean, lyrically, for a while, I haven't been fucking with a lot of what Yeezy's been saying. His production's never faltered. But,
ever since Poopity Scoop.
Scoopity poop. Hey, but looking back now with the whole Drake beef and shit, that man was diabolical doing that.
Yeah.
You know that was a Drake beef, right?
Yeah, that was a beef.
You know that?
For him.
Yeah.
He had given it to
fucked
Drake.
it up.
He sent Drake home with it. Drake goes to record it, pops up YouTube, and all of a sudden, scoopity poop. Poopity scoop.
Yeah. I actually just seen a clip of Kanye in an interview, and he was like, man, I went from making Jesus walk to...
Oh, I seen that shit. What'd he say?
what was the other the song?
He's talking about
she's
bitches.
a bitch and I love it or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I love
Oh, I love
with
it.
Lil Pump.
Yeah, and he was like, man, I lost myself or
He
some shit like
said he
that.
was making the devil music.
Yeah, he's all, I bet the devil was happy on that
about
day.
that one.
Yeah.
Man.
But
Tupac.
the thing is,
What was that track, Roses, that he did off of one of his older tracks?
That was on late registration.
Yeah, that's on late
Bro.
registration.
Yep.
That shit.
I was gonna
was a
say,
good track.
so we were saying the body of work, but Tupac died when he was 25. You know what I mean? Kanye, he's probably like 40 years old, right? At least he's 42.
Years. Double the amount of time.
Double the amount of time, and Pac was only 25, bro. That's
Crazy.
insane.
And the movies, bro.
Yeah, and then you throw in the movies.
Gridlock's still my favorite. That's my favorite Pac movie. Gang
Gridlock's
related
still-
pretty good
Gang
too.
related is good, yeah.
Yeah, staring the world through my rear view. What's your favorite?
Juice.
Landmarks Juice. Yeah.
Juice.
Yeah.
I'm above the rim. I like basketball.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was about to
That
say
shit too.
That soundtrack.
Birdie. Oh, the soundtrack.
That soundtrack, crazy, bro.
Yeah. Remember when they made good soundtracks?
Oh yeah, we
There's
talked
no
about this.
soundtracks anymore.
Hell
Man.
no.
It's like, what the
It's
fuck?
because music now has turned into just like it's so microwavable,
Yeah, yeah.
right? We were talking about this last night because I was watching the original Gladiator, right? And I was telling him, I was like, I haven't seen the second one, but I know there's no way that it's going to compare.
Yeah.
Because music and movies, for the most part, there's a lot more of them. So I think a lot of shit's just being like, I don't know, telephoned in. It's microwavable. It's fast.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not like legendary and longevity based. It's what's popping now. Get it out. So I think people have just completely gone away from focusing on soundtracks. What do you have? The Black Panther soundtrack with Kendrick?
That was like a real soundtrack. Nowadays, the soundtracks have a bunch of like old songs on it.
Yeah.
It's like not a project based for that
No.
that movie.
Ooh, what
you
about
know?
the American Gangster soundtrack?
That shit hard.
Yeah.
Crazy.
was
Jay
good.
saved his ass doing that. I'll tell you that.
That was good.
Because he
Yes,
dropped Kingdom Come, and everybody was like,
that was a
"What,
dud.
dude?
That was his
What
worst
the
album for
fuck,
sure."
Man, no, bro, you should have
Yeah.
stayed retired, my guy. And then he came in with American Gangster. That shit was hard, bro.
Yeah.
I heard that most of those beats Diddy had put aside for Biggie, but then Biggie like died, and then so he hey bro.
Oh, really?
So yes, but he ended up being able to use them on this album. So
That's dope.
that was a dope ass album.
Hey, since I guess we're on the subject of Jay-Z, man, you see Homegirl recant like a lot of them. Maybe it happened like that. I don't know. That bro, they picked that whole shit apart.
Quick.
Hey, but quick.
Even the dad came out like,
dad's
nah,
like-
that shit didn't happen. I'd remember that.
If you had to go pick up one of your kids 5 hours from where you're living right now,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dude, I think you're gonna remember it.
Hell yeah.
I know I would. I just had to pick up my son from a fucked up situation, and I know I ain't gonna forget that shit anytime soon.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting though when you look at like the difference between how Diddy's looked at and how Jay is, right?
Yeah.
People are you could tell people want to come for Jay-Z.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you look back, I was talking about the what was that tour when it was him, DMX.
Rock the mic.
It was a Rock the Mic, huh? Remember they're saying Jay-Z's tour bus was like rehab. You couldn't smoke on there. No bitches were invited. Like people were in there reading and just keeping it real cool,
That's
calm, and
crazy.
collected. I think Jay-Z from he early understood. Nah, I can't let these motherfuckers have no dirt on me.
Yeah.
Hell nah. Not saying that he was perfect or not perfect,
Yeah, yeah.
but the ability to not have people fucking come back 20 years later.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't give two fucks.
Nope.
Man was taking baths in baby oil,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Zero fucks.
I think Diddy always kind of had that personality where he wanted to be a bigger star than what he was. Like he didn't have the talent. He would hire the talent and be around the talent.
Yeah.
He would help him, but he obviously wasn't like the source. And I don't think he was really tapped into the source because when you make certain music and it actually reaches people in a certain way, you're tapping into something. I don't think Diddy ever experienced that. So when he got into the music game, it was very much for before they existed, likes and clicks. You know what I'm saying? Just look at me, shiny suit,
yeah.
I'm dancing.
All up in
All
the
up in-
videos.
All in the video.
All on the records.
Yeah.
I don't think
Come
he
to
really
death row.
knew. I don't think he really knew. And Jay-Z, I think, actually went through that creative process where you really do grow up going through that. And I think Jay-Z actually went through it because I listened to the stuff Jay did with like Jay Electronica and those records. And I'm like, I hear that and I'm like, how could someone like on that lower level of like demon time come up with some shit like that? Like I know people are capable of, both sides, but it's like, damn, like he didn't seem it didn't seem to match, you know. But with Diddy, it's like, oh, it's party time. It's always gonna be party time.
No one was shocked.
No one was shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, well, yeah, I mean, duh.
They're like, it's about time.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
I was shocked with the amount of shit that started coming out.
Yeah.
Has there been any new developments? I haven't really heard anything.
Not that I know of.
I know he stopped fighting for his release.
Yeah.
I saw that. Like he's like, I'm just gonna sit down till next March. Or
The
whatever.
only new developments that I've heard is that he's living a really lonely existence, they said, in jail.
Poor guy.
He's with Luigi.
He's with
Right?
Luigi.
Yeah, I heard they put Luigi in there with him.
Yeah.
You see homie do the perp walk the other day, turned it
Yes.
into a whole fucking festival and an event.
Look
Who the
like
fuck were they
Batman.
walking down there? Hannibal Lecter? What
Oh
the fuck?
they had like the
That was a
whole-
scene from Batman, right
Bro,
there.
for real, dog. Like, was it a Joker?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was
The
like,
whole Gotham City Police Department out there. They had the mayor. They had everybody out
For
there.
what?
Like, what the fuck is this?
what the fuck's he doing?
It's
Is
a
he
pur-
gonna?
it's a
Getting
perp
extradited,
walk.
I guess,
It's
right?
just a purple walk,
Yeah,
man.
I did see that.
It's
Damn, bro. What happens when fucking Todd from around the corner shoots another dude? They don't do that shit.
No.
That's crazy.
People are
dog.
getting tattoos. I saw that on social media the other day, and like, damn,
yeah.
Luigi.
I don't know
Fool's,
about
fool's
that.
gonna
Getting
hey,
tattoos?
Yeah,
Fool
I
gonna be
saw it, I just saw
married
it.
like Ted Bundy before he even finishes his trial.
Oh, he
dog.
already got the hose.
Oh, I
man.
know, bro.
That's wild.
They're
Don't
paying
they
for
know
the
he's
lawyers. They're paying for the lawyers,
They're paying
everything.
for the lawyers. I guarantee they're gonna be outside of the courthouse throwing bras at homie.
It's crazy.
He's a rock star, bro.
I clicked on the comments and they're like, "Oh, bro, took one for the team," and I'm like, "Damn, I never seen anybody get like assassinated," and then everybody just cheer on
Just
the dude.
fucking wild. bro.
You know what? I again, dog. Though I think a lot of us now, bro, the people that are in charge, we're at a point now where it's like we want to see these motherfuckers take it on the chin. The people that are rich, the people that we look at that might be power. And again, I don't really know much about Buddy that he
yeah.
smoked, right? Except for that he was a billionaire and he was associated with the health industry, all that other
Nah,
stuff.
he was a millionaire, dog. Like,
No, he wasn't even a billionaire.
Nah, the kid that shot
the
him,
kid, yeah.
He had more money. Like his family had more money
Then
than the
homeboy
guy
he
he
shot.
shot. Yeah.
Damn.
What the
You
fuck?
think he was gonna be like a whistleblower?
What and
or
what the
something?
fuck did he? What the fuck did he shoot him for? Hey, we hitting the theory? Hit it.
Nah, y'all ain't get me on
I
record
was just
with that
checking,
shit.
dog. I was
I
just
said
checking.
it.
That's interesting.
But that was the first thought that crossed my mind. I was just like, you know what? It's too easy that everybody is already on one side of this event.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would be willing to bet $1 that guy was actually on the people's side and was going to help the people, but the shareholders was
And
like,
they took his ass out.
the investors was like,
Nope, sorry,
you're not.
dude. You
No,
ain't
you're
doing
not.
that. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
because I mean, how many whistleblowers got knocked down this year, bro? It's been a few.
That's crazy.
It's been a few. It was the
man.
chat, the OpenAI guy got hit.
Yep.
The Boeing guy.
Boeing guy, yep,
got
yep.
hit.
Damn.
This dude might have been a whistleblower too. There have been a couple.
Hey, the
Taking him
season,
out.
season
Knocking him
finale at 24.
Yeah, the doc on that's gonna
Pretty
be
interesting.
insane.
Oh, dog.
Man.
This
Shit is Black Mirror
We just
episode
getting started.
season 8.
I wouldn't be shocked if old boy walks.
Nah.
Somebody's
You
They
think
gonna-
they-
won't. Nah.
think so?
Because they need a patsy.
Yeah.
Well, he's
need-
probably going to be living in lavish wherever he ends up, anyways.
Nah, he gonna be a hell dog. Like they gonna knock him down.
You think so?
If they can't get a jury to sit and convict him, they'll find another way.
That's true. He'll end up
Yeah.
hanging from one of his belts.
Cause he sure don't seem to think that he's guilty.
Nah, he seems like he's chilling. Homie's like, I was just trying to get McDonald's, dog. Why the fuck
Yeah.
y'all tripping on me?
With the manifest in his pocket and the gun.
Hey,
Oh,
he was
what?
smart enough to pull up with a silencer and get up out that piece,
He had a
right?
mask on his.
But he
yeah.
pulls up to McDonald's with everything you need, dog.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Right.
bro.
the
That's,
ID that he checked in with, all that.
Hey,
Yeah,
So,
all the
I
fake
mean,
IDs.
it's gonna be hard to
No
talk himself out of
passports,
that
but
one.
fake IDs. Like, come on, bro.
walks
Yeah.
like a duck,
This sounds
quacks like a
crazy.
duck, and it's a fucking chicken? Yeah, the fuck out of here, dog. Hey, what's your verdict on the Biscochito shake?
Actually, really good.
I told you.
Really good.
I told you.
Yeah.
Which leads me to a question that I got to put Raw on the spot for.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Top 5 favorite New Mexican restaurants, Raw.
Man, I remember you posted on Instagram, and man, I still get likes on that post. So I know I got a top.
It's
good top
crazy,
five.
dog. What the fuck? Me
I'm
too.
like, man, I'm still getting likes on that post. That shit was
Everybody
like-
drugged me for the
6 months
Alpinto
ago.
take. Bro, everybody drugged me
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, I saw that.
I didn't realize those motherfuckers were wilding out during COVID.
Who's that?
El Pinto.
Were they?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like hoarding toilet paper and charging people outrageous
Oh,
prices
shit.
and
So I didn't know
crazy
that
shit
part
like
too.
that. El Pinto's environment's fire, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why it gets up in my list, but not to interrupt that. I want to hear
Top five.
Raw's list.
Man, so let me think about that. Restaurants, not takeouts.
Restaurants. That's
Yeah.
That's
no
the caveat.
No ojos.
Yeah, this man
Yeah.
already did this.
They said that doesn't count.
It don't.
All right, so let me think.
Los locos, bro.
I know I went with like Sadie's. I'm trying to remember my actual top 5 though.
I'm trying to remember too.
It was on the spot now. So Sadie's was one. Man, I like a lot of the takeout joints better, but I do love Los Cuates.
Yeah.
For true New Mexican food, Los Cuates is legit. Los Compadres is really good. I know those were my top 3. What's some other joints? Man, I'm just gonna stick with those top 3: Los Cuates, Sadie's, and Los Compadres.
Yeah, man. The
But takeouts, that's another
that's
stuff.
a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
The one takeout that I cannot fuck with, and it's not that I don't fuck with the restaurant.
Yeah.
The Garcias on San Mateo. It needs some work, my dude.
Garcia's.
Needs some
That's
work.
an understatement, bro.
Needs some work, dog. I'm just
I'll
saying.
tell you
man.
what. So
I'm
me,
surprised they're still open.
Really?
right?
Need some work.
So me living in Arizona now, they just opened up 2 Little Anitas out there.
What?
Yeah, man. So when I need to fix, I'm
Fair.
like, never did I think I'd be going to Little Anitas first, you know? So
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
man.
usually last on the
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
But hey, listen, you
But
way
it
out
gets the
there,
job
dog.
done. It gets the job done.
done.
I was
They got
gonna-
the
I was gonna
sopapillas.
ask you,
It's good
bro.
vibes. It's actually legit. You come in, they got murals. You feel like you're at home there.
That's
That's
fire,
dope.
bro.
Yeah.
That-
So they got 2 locations, one in Central Phoenix and one in, I think, Chandler. But yeah, Little Nita's kind of
spilling.
getting out there, right?
So do they got the green chili there though?
They do. It's not as hot
No.
for sure.
They-
Even over here, it's not the same.
They
Little
hitting them
Nita's
with the
kind of.
mediums. The medium
Yep.
green chiles.
It's funny. So I take, family's going Arizona all the time to visit me, and they're just bringing me green chili left and right, and I'm spreading that shit.
Bro.
I'm at work. I'm like, you gotta try this.
You got to try this, bro.
Put away them jalapenos.
Yeah,
Try
throw this
this.
on there.
Yeah.
Bro, when I lived out there, dog, we bring green chili back out there
Yep.
to Scottsdale, and I throw that shit on everything.
Everything.
Bro. Yeah.
So how long you been out there in AZ?
So I've been out there 1 year. It's just a little over a year.
Oh, so you're fresh out there.
Yeah.
What are you missing the most about home besides the food? We already got that out the way.
Yeah, food, absolutely. But just, family, my peeps, my connects,
Mm-hmm.
the culture. I pulled up yesterday. Man, it felt so good to come down 9 Mile. I was just like, wow, I'm
Damn.
home.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm home. So first things first, had to get some Bob's Burgers.
Straight to the gut busters.
Yep. green chili cheese fries, Christmas. And then we hit some La Cumbre. And then I had to just finish the night for old time's sakes at Effing Bar.
Hey.
West, baby.
That
For old
sound like
time's sakes.
that
was
sound
over there.
like a Saturday night, dog, right
And
there.
not a damn thing changed.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
When you're away for a while and then you hit that 9 Mile and you
Yeah.
come over and you see the Sandias hit, damn, that shit just hit a little different. Especially
did.
if you pull in the nighttime
Oh, at night, it's
and the
dope.
city's
Yeah.
lights are cracking. Damn, dog.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. I swear,
It
like
is.
when you're in other cities, I find myself looking for the mountain, right?
Find your way.
Yeah, like when you're in Phoenix, like there's a couple there, but not like that big
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
No.
direction, right? I said direction, right? Fuckers in the comments. And try and AI say that I said erection, right? The Sandias, dog, when you see them, it's just something. I don't know what it is, bro. And
Yeah.
when I'm gone, it's the culture. I think
sure.
that outside of the food, all the stuff that we know we miss,
Yeah,
the family
yeah.
and all that stuff, but it's the culture.
Absolutely.
It's what we have down here, which Glenn Words talked about last week,
Yeah.
which is like substantial. Like we don't have industries, all that stuff. Yeah, I know that. We don't have stuff like that. We're not exporting and import. Like that's not who we are, right?
Yeah.
But our culture, let me tell you, still intact.
Still intact. They
Runs
missed a thing.
deep.
Yep. Feels good to be back, man. And I mean, now that I live there, I'm still here all the time. I'm coming every few months. I was here the last time. I think you were in Cali. I think I was going to be on the podcast at that time, but
Yep.
you ended up going to California. But yeah, man. So it's good. It's only a 6-hour drive. Not too bad. The flight is like an hour, so
Yeah.
it's close to home.
Enough time for one drink, then you're on the ground.
One drink and you're home.
You flying Southwest or you flying Spirit?
Southwest to over there for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, in Phoenix, Frontier is killing the game. Like
Really?
I'm flying to Vegas for like $30.
What?
San Diego, $30.
Nah.
I just seen that they're
$30, bro. My Uber to the airport was like 45.
more expensive than the flight.
Yes. And I flew to Vegas.
Did you feel safe on the flight, or did it feel like the shit
Man,
was
I'm
duct
good.
taped?
I'm good.
All right.
It was fine. But the catch with them is the bags, right? They charge you for the bags, but
that's where they get you.
Just give me my backpack,
I'm
I
good.
don't need much.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, you could pull it off for like $30 out there. San Diego,
that's-
you can fly to San Diego, LA, and Vegas for like $30.
That's crazy, dog.
Frontier.
This
yeah.
past year is the first time I ever flew first class.
How was that?
Fucking weird. I felt like I was gonna get kicked out at any moment.
Which airline?
Delta.
Dope.
Yeah, so like I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, this is crazy, man. They're letting us on now. Everybody got to so
Yeah.
you're on first, right? And you're used to like you see in the movies, like it's like there's like a little curtain or like you're upstairs. Fuck no. You're sitting in the very front, right? And you got your own personal little assistant there. And everybody has to file into the plane, passing your bougie ass,
Yep.
sitting at first class.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I actually liked about it was the leg room.
I bet.
I was chilling.
Hell yeah.
I was like, man, I'm gonna go to sleep
For
because
sure.
the food, I don't even fucking.
Still airplane food.
It's still airplane food.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I was expecting something extra.
Just
but,
the comfort.
yeah, you know. But the TV was cool.
Yeah.
Right. All the free movies on that shit was cool, and the leg room. Outside of that, would I spend money every time I fly to do that? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Leonard's telling me that I should. Bro, fuck. Why? That's extra for no reason.
Write it off.
Write it on.
Yeah.
Write it off.
That's true. Travel.
Write it off. And,
So-
and you know, like I get it about sitting up front, but you just don't look them in the eye.
Yeah, that's when you're on the phone.
That's when you're on the phone, huh?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this. Like, yeah.
Don't
Then
look at them.
they pass by me like, that fucking Johnny James dude's a fucking dick. Look at this dude up
kept
here.
waving at him.
I was waving at him. He's just in first class. Fuck this dude. He's probably not even from New Mexico. Fuck this guy.
And it probably does suck waiting too, though, right? Because you're first on there, you gotta wait for everybody to get on. You know, it's a lot of waiting.
Hurry the
I'm
fuck
usually the
up.
last one, so at least I sit down. It's time to take off.
You know what bugs
I'm
me
not waiting
about
around too much.
you know what bugs the fuck out of me about airplanes and flights and all that shit in general? When you're like, okay, so you're like in the middle, right? You're cool. You know, you gotta, if we all filter out, do this correctly here like they taught us in school, we're gonna be in and out this bitch. No.
Oh, man.
There's
Oh,
some
it never
motherfucker
happens.
from the back
Yeah.
that wants to run to the front and get in everybody's fucking way. I'm like, dude, sit fucking down, my guy. Now you're just standing here blocking everybody, you fucking idiot. That bugs the fuck out of me,
Yeah,
bro.
that does.
I just don't like the people who like they'll be sitting in one row and then their bag is in like a whole different fucking row on
Oh,
a different
yeah.
side, and it's just like you gotta wait for them to like maneuver and
Crossing
like,
over
"Can you break?"
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what about the weird fucks that I seen Quesada was talking about this on a stand-up, and it hit the nail right on the head. Have you ever walked into a plane and there was someone sitting in the middle seat right away?
Oh yeah.
That's got to be the weirdest fucking shit ever.
Like non-assigned?
Yeah,
Just,
non-assigned.
Like, they chose the fucking
There's
middle
nobody next to them.
Yeah,
they
that's
got in
wild.
before you and they're sitting in the middle.
seat. That's crazy.
You're a wild dude, bro. That is just, bro. Because if you're the last people on the plane and you get there and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Now I got to sit next to this weird fuck for 8 hours? Son of a bitch. Who picks the middle seat?
Yeah.
That is fucking weird, dog.
middle seat.
Or
That's
when
the
someone
worst.
tries to like have like the most extensive conversation ever on an airplane.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm cool. I'll sit there and talk for a long time, dog. But once it hits like about 30 minutes, bro,
Yeah, it's a
I'll
wrap.
put my headphones on.
I got things to do here. Like, I know you're from Missouri. You know what I'm saying? You've never been to New Mexico.
Nice to meet you.
You ate Bob's Burgers and you got chorro. Like, yeah, all right. Time to fucking head this way. So AZ Raw, what do you got popping out there, my dog? Before we get into what you're doing next, what are you
For
doing
sure.
out there in AZ?
Man, so I moved there about a year ago. A couple job opportunities popped up for me and my wife. So I'm working at a school out there. You know, kind of the same thing I was doing here before I left. helping students get jobs and whatnot. But I'm still running my ZIA WEAR business, so that's a good thing, coming back and forth all the time. But one of the big things that I've started doing within the last couple of years is I started throwing these youth basketball tournaments. I got this New Mexico Ball Out Classic. My next one's March 7th through the 9th. It's going to be in Bernalillo, New Mexico. And putting together a really good showcase.
The big one that they have out there?
Yeah, we're doing the high school. It's big this year, man. We're doing the high school. We got the middle school. We got Santa Ana, their rec center. And we got even, I think, Santo Domingo Community Center. So it's a big tournament. It's one of the biggest middle school tournaments in the state. And we started doing this like 2 years ago. My son hoops, so I'm just trying to like...
Hold up. I'm going to pause right there before this guy brushes over it and just says, my son hoops. His son's a problem, dog.
Really?
His son's a baller. Anytime he posts a clip, I'm like, his son about to cook somebody. Sure enough. Damn, and this has just been from afar, from watching it like social media from a distance. His son's a fucking baller, bro.
Nice.
God, bro, he's a problem.
Yeah, man, he's 14 years old, shooting guard. Been playing ball since he's 5 years old, though, so.
Can he cook you?
Oh, man, he's been able to cook me for a few years.
That's right. I had to ask it because I'm like, if he can't cook him yet, then I don't want to see the court with Raw because that means he's a problem.
Yeah, man, when I played basketball, I was more like a small forward, power forward. But my son is a combo guard, they call. So he could be point guard or shooting guard, but he's real shifty, good passer, great shooter. Nice. He's a really good player. So that was the other part of me moving out there, right, was to give him a better opportunity, too, in schools. So he plays for a high school out there. It's 6A, like New Mexico. We only go up to 5A, like Volcano Vista, Rio Rancho. The biggest schools here are 5A. So he plays for a 6A school there. Toughest competition, man. It's crazy. Yeah. It's good.
That's fucking sick, bro. Like, to see, like, that you're doing all this stuff, like you were saying, you're helping kids get jobs and shit too. Like, it seems like that's always been your passion, whether you knew it or not. You were always like the plug, like the connect to like, okay, well, we need this event to crack off. Well, no one's doing it. Well, maybe I just need to do it myself then.
Right. That's exactly. And so I was taking my son to all these tournaments in Vegas and Arizona. I was driving to Arizona all the time just to take my son to tournaments. And one thing we took from all the tournaments that we were attending is we're like, man, no one in New Mexico is really doing tournaments like this. So we came back, implemented all that. We're doing a lot of marketing on it, giving the student athletes more of a spotlight. Before it was just like, oh, they won the tournament, here's a T-shirt, kick rocks. And then, but not us. Like we're hiring a lot of videographers, photographers. We want to put them all over social media, kind of build them up. And so I'm only doing it here. I haven't did anything like that in Arizona. But yeah, the New Mexico Ball Out Classic, it's becoming like a staple for youth basketball.
That's fucking sick. When you guys doing it?
Sweater. So March 7th through the 9th. It's my next one.
My son, bro, he's got a squad that he's been rocking with for a while now, bro. And they join every tournament, so I guarantee,
he'll be in there.
He's going to be in it.
Let's get him in. What's the team name?
What's his team name? New Mexico Hustle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's got a good coach. I had my boys in, in county and stuff like that. And it sucks because like every year you get a new coach. So they're getting shifted around. They're not
somebody's
learning,
dad, just a random.
So they're not learning the fundamentals. And when my son last year, it was we got him in Bernalillo County, and luckily his coach was coaching. That was he. So he jumps like they go YMCA, Bernalillo County, and then they grab onto all the tournaments that they possibly can. Yeah. So when he got on the team, I was like, oh hell no, he's got to stay here. I don't care what we got to do. He's got to stay with this coach, with this team, because now he's learning. He's actually got to like. There's plays, the fundamentals are there where, when you're switching to Bernalillo County every single year, you got a new coach. It's hard for them fundamentals to stick. If they're not like focused on it and on YouTube and you're like pounding it and, you know what I'm saying, like letting them know that this is what you got to do. So it's funny you said that because they just won the YMCA tournament.
Dope.
And here's your shirt. Take a picture. We're shutting the doors. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Kick rocks.
Out of here.
Well, I'm like, man, and then these tournaments ain't cheap. They're like, $300 a team. They're charging parents $10 at the door. And I'm like, damn,
Every
where's
day.
this money going to?
Every day, $10 at the door. You don't even get a wristband for the weekend.
Yeah, $10. And then in LA and Phoenix, they're like $20.
Balling,
I'm
bro.
like 20 parking. They're charging parking now for these tournaments. I'm like, it's insane, man. But so our costs are cheaper than everybody. Our door fees, our tournament entry fees, and we give out dope prizes, man. We make sure to give a lot of student spotlights for sure.
And there's some, bro.
And we have so many dope athletes here, man. It's
Ballers.
crazy.
Some of these kids.
That's why I started the Zia Wear sports thing too, because I was really just kind of sponsoring boxers, and then of course with basketball with my son and some of the dope athletes. But man, when you think about it, Bella Hines, you know, she's number one, you know, 5-star recruit. There's another girl at Sandia. Her name is Sydney, and she's a 4-star recruit. She just committed to BYU, and she's badass too. She's a 2-time state champ. And then we got Jalen Holland. He's from Los Lunas. He actually is playing his senior year in Phoenix this year, but he just committed to the University of Colorado, and he was the best, you know, male in the state for the last like 4 years. And then, of course, the dude, a Volcano Aguino, he's going to Montana. But just so much good talent, man. And I was like, man, let's tap into this and give the students a little more shine.
And a little more like something to like, because again, bro, the kids are passionate about it, dog. Like you go to these tournaments and you're like, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
Because again, all my boys did Bernalillo County and they played for their school and shit
Absolutely.
like that. But Matt now is the first one that has been like
To go
had
to
a
club ball.
team, go to club ball and have tournaments, right?
Yeah.
It's different, dog. The parents are different. The crews are different.
competitive, man. It's wild.
Competitive, yeah, man. Like that's where you could see some hodazos for real being
yeah.
thrown for real with the parents.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the refs, too.
Yeah, man, the refs too. I'll see the ref sit the fuck down. I'm like, hey, you hear this motherfucker tell you sit down, dog? Shit, you might have to handle that shit real quick.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy, man.
The kids, like, you could see, like, everybody. Again, you know, it's not cheap, right?
It's not cheap.
So there's more at stake. There's more. I remember the first one we went to. I was like, what? How much? Oh, cool. And then we pull up. I was like, fuck you charging us at the door for? What do you mean? We already paid. Oh, this is
Nope.
Does this last all weekend? Nope, you got to get one tomorrow. What the fuck? We got to get one tomorrow. And I'm like, Matt, what do you think? The chances of you guys winning and coming back tomorrow?
Right?
Damn it, man. Not everybody's coming back tomorrow. It's just going to be me. I have to sell a kidney.
Yeah, man. It's expensive.
That's crazy. They charge at the door. When I played county, it wasn't nothing.
Well,
like
county
Well,
don't
yeah,
charge. It's
county
club.
don't. This is club ball.
club.
Ball.
I got you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
club ball is just a major, man, they're making a killing, you know. And the good thing about our tournaments too, we give it all back to our kids, you know. I have to fund my son. My son plays in Vegas, LA, you know, Phoenix.
lot.
He's playing in New Mexico. We're blowing a lot of dough. So that money we use to fund our team and our players and, you know, things like that. So that's a good thing about our tournament as well. Shout out to my guy, Jesus, you know, he's my partner in it.
When did your son start showing signs of, oh, yeah, we need to double down on this and this is the direction we need to go?
So he started playing at 5, but as soon as about 5 years old, I started putting him in every sport though, right? Put him in t-ball, basketball, flag football. But eventually when it was time to like register again, he goes, I want to play basketball. So then I was like, all right, I guess that's what we're going to do. But as far as so he's just killing county, I think 3rd grade or something. I'm like, this is just too easy. It's not even fair. Like, he was just cooking kids in county, you know? So I was like, you know what? I found out that there's actually a club ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, here's where all the killers are. So I put him on that, put him on a great team. Coach Howe, Fenton Fundamentals is who he's teamed up with now, but Coach Howe's a great coach. He taught my son a lot.
Yeah, that's it. Same shit. Like you see it right away. You're like, oh wait, hold up. Yeah,
It's a different level.
The same shit right
It's
here.
not the same.
It's not, and it's, you know, I mean, it's because of the access points.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Bernalillo, the county ball don't cost that much. I want to say it's
Yeah.
like what,
100 some
100
bucks.
and something like that.
For the whole season.
Yeah, the whole season. But again, that, you know, you got volunteers.
It's a great starting point.
Great starting point.
Great.
You know what I did not like was what was that one that we did, Dom? That I fucking hated. No, it wasn't Bernalillo County. It was that other league that was early. I had to coach you.
NYS?
No.
I-9. Yeah. That's usually the best first one, though.
Bro,
To
when
put 'em in at
when
5.
I did it, hell no. That shit was nasty business.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing was organized. They
It's
didn't even have,
crazy.
bro. I was forced to be a coach, right? There was no other choice. It's like, well, either you coach or there's no team. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And that's when I was on the road a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to be out in Vegas and coaching this team? And the kids didn't even know how to bounce a ball, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, after the first one season of I-9, I'm like, nope.
My son did one
fuck
season
no.
I-9 too. I think that was his first one.
We're outta here.
Because I think they take you at the youngest, 5 years old or so. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, they give you a bracelet. You can only guard that guy with the same color bracelet. There's a
Yeah.
lot of little funky rules.
weird.
But I think it's a great starting point, though. It is what it is. They make you practice before the game. That's kind of weird too. Like
Yeah,
you,
that was odd.
you practice before the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's a good introduction to the
But
guys.
I-9 does more than just basketball too, right? It's basketball,
They
football,
do soccer,
soccer,
flag football.
Yeah,
Big organization for sure.
So we went I-9, and that was Dom and Johnny. But then we did, and Dom was already kind of like on his way out. So Dom never did county. He just played for the schools. Luckily, his school, both of his schools had.
Nice.
And I guarantee if Dom would have played for the county, fuck, because he's a monster already.
Yeah.
But if you you have to build up and see it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And some kids are in it just because they want something to do or their parents want them to do it. But then sometimes you pull up to these county games, like Raw was saying, and you're like, oh, this dude right here, a killer. What the fuck is he doing on the court right here with these kids that are shooting into the wrong hoop? What the fuck is going on?
For sure.
And they have the mercy rule, so once it hits 30 points or some shit, they turn that
yeah.
clock
Clock off, yeah.
And you see the other team that got the clock turned off on them just deflated.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess it's over.
So how you feel about the state of the Lakers, Raw?
Oh man,
It's a conversation me and you ain't had in a while neither.
For real, yep. They won the last 2 games. I was watching the game last night. They beat the Kings. But yeah, man, it's kind of tough right now.
Old man James put on a
He needs
clinic
some
last
help.
night.
He needs some help. Though,
We need
that's
a
for
we
sure.
need a real 5, dog.
Need a real 5.
Will they fucking get a 5 to put
For real.
Davis where the fuck he needs to be at and get a
Yes.
real big man? For the love of God,
Dwight
Man.
Howard's still available.
bro.
Right.
I would
Get him.
Please let this motherfucker stand there and get 5 fouls a game, bro. I'm telling
He can
you.
lock Joker up.
I don't know what he
We
did.
seen that.
I don't know what he did to the higher ups over there. But they're even after he had Jeannie Buss on his podcast, they're ignoring this man. They're like, go play for China.
Yeah,
Get
he's
out
in
of here.
Shanghai or
I don't like
something.
him at all.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
need
know
a
what he
5
did.
bad though. That's for damn sure.
I think we're more contenders.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
We get because AD shines, bro, when he doesn't have to be the big man.
Yep.
He can be the big man without having to be the big man.
Yep.
Like look at when they had McGee and Howard. God
Tough.
damn it, bro. Palinka imploding
How did you break up
that
that team?
What the
Makes no
fuck
sense.
is wrong with that guy?
How, man, that whole team was so good.
Bro, they could have run it back.
They should have ran that back.
Which was interesting because and a lot of people forget about this, right? Everybody's like, oh man, the Mickey Mouse ring, all that bullshit. But they only say that because it's LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah, yeah.
If it was anybody else, no, that was the hardest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely.
The greatest championship of all time.
Yep.
But since it's LeBron, since it's a LeBron Lakers championship, no.
Shouldn't count.
No, count. Mickey Mouse, the fuck out of here. But they went so long into the next season that their off season was this fucking big.
yeah.
The Lakers had to come straight back when everybody had all these months off and try and run back that next season. And what happened? LeBron gets hurt. AD gets hurt.
Yeah.
It's been an uphill battle since then, especially since they cut McGee and
Yeah.
Howard.
Made no sense, man.
Hell no.
All the players that left the team are all succeeding now.
I know.
You know, Kuzma. You know,
We should've kept Caruso.
It's like,
Fucking
man, they don't
crazy.
make no sense, man.
Nah.
The shooting guard, I forget his name, Caldwell Pope.
Yep.
And
he went and got
killing it
himself
too.
a ring
He
out
got
there in
a ring
Denver.
too. He's still
He
balling.
did.
So y'all
He sure
kick me
did.
out, watch, bitch. I'm gonna go over here and get a ring
Man,
on y'all.
Everybody's balling that was on that team.
It's crazy, bro. And it's like, where does basketball go now that this era is going away? Because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got LeBron, 2 more years if we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
KD, 3 to 4 if
Yeah,
he stays
yeah.
healthy. Same thing with Steph, I think.
Yep.
3 to 4.
That's about right.
And that's it, right?
Time
We
for the new guys.
We got Ant-Man, you know.
John Morant.
We got Ja.
You got the
Dom.
boys, you got the boys in Boston.
Yeah, we got
Luka,
yeah, we got
Tatum.
we got Luka. We got Tatum.
I like it. You know, I know the ratings are down right now, but I think the main reason the ratings are down is who the fuck got cable anymore?
I was just
Who
saying
the fuck
this.
has cable?
Bro.
I watch every game, but I'm streaming that shit.
Bro, I'm
you know?
on YouTube TV, usually watching that shit on my
Yeah.
phone because I can't sit at the pad watching
Right.
basketball as much anymore.
Yep.
Who the fuck has cable? Jay, do you have cable?
I cut the cord like 3 years ago.
Nah.
Yeah, hell no. That shit too expensive.
I got like the basic antenna cable.
Yeah. I was talking about Comcast or Direct TV.
Power cables.
I only pay for the internet for Comcast.
And
Yeah.
YouTube TV just announced they're raising their shit up
I
again.
know they are. They about to be.
I already cut
pull the
them.
plug.
Yep.
See you later. But again, bro, the reason I cut Direct TV was I was like, why the fuck am I paying $200 and I'm only watching HBO? This is some bullshit. And I'm watching ESPN and some of the games.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I paid that shit for an extra 5 years
man.
for no goddamn reason, bro. And you know what's
real.
crazy? When I did fucking cut the cord, these motherfuckers never sent me a box to send back in my equipment. So these motherfuckers sent me to a collection agency
They still
over the equipment.
charge you for it.
I was a fucking customer for like 15 years, bro.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers sent my ass to a collection agency.
my God.
And
That's
fuck
insane.
Direct
They were
TV.
like, you should have sent it on your own.
Hold up, YouTube
That's
TV
crazy.
increasing their prices?
Went up to like 85 starting next month.
That's that bullshit.
Yep.
That's that bullshit.
Immediately I went online and
See ya.
yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I like Sling though. Sling's like $60. You get ESPN, all the key channels.
And see, I almost went with Sling, but I'm on YouTube. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't go with that. I went with YouTube
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was like the same price at the time.
And the Lobos play on CBS Sports Network, so I use Sling don't have it. So that's kind of why I was on YouTube TV. But nah, I'm going back Sling.
Yeah,
Streaming the Lobo games.
I think that that's a big reason why it's down. Everybody keeps hyper cutting people missing 3-point shots, and I agree. There's a whole lot
the
of
game's changed.
Yeah, the game's
They're jacking
changed,
up
but
threes.
hasn't the game constantly changed since the beginning when it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
people with fucking a bunch of white dudes with shorts crammed up their ass? Like,
Yeah.
the 3-point line didn't exist. Like the game's constantly gonna evolve, right?
Absolutely.
That's why it's like you get people that are like, oh, there's no way that these fuckers could have existed in the 90s because of that era. Dude. I've seen both eras, bro.
Yeah.
And if you mean to tell me, if you dropped Kevin Durant into 1992, he's not gonna run a fucking muck. You're fucking tripping.
Yeah.
You're
For
fucking
sure.
tripping, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking run amok. People are gonna freak out.
absolutely.
It would be like showing up to the Civil War with an AR-15.
Yeah, look at that fucking 7-foot Reggie Miller out there.
The fuck
come
outta
on,
here,
man.
dog.
He would
the
have beat Jordan.
conditioning that they're able to do is so much better
yeah.
compared to like back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Even. So there's no way.
Constantly evolving. And I think, bro, when the game is moving like how it can, does it get stagnant when everybody's cranking up three? I 100%
Yeah.
agree. It does. I like a balance of both. But when that ball's flying around, dog, and and they crank up a crazy three and that shit goes in, bro, that shit
Yeah.
just as exciting as a dunk.
Yeah. Damian Lillard.
Damian, you don't think so, Len Words?
Dame
Nah,
time.
man. When a motherfucker get dunked on, man,
Yeah,
there's
that's
nothing
tough.
like that.
Yeah,
There's
true.
Nothing like
Hey,
that.
when Steph cracks up a three, turns around and don't even look at that bitch.
Yeah, at the end of the game, and he puts him to sleep.
That's
that's fun.
Being on a
But
poster for a 3-point shot he didn't even look at, that shit nasty work, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's 1,000%, and it's crazy. It's interesting. I seen this shit the other day. They're saying that the only reason that the GOAT debate even exists right now is because Steph Curry was around for LeBron's era. How many rings would LeBron have if there was no Steph Curry in the way? They say
He
he'd have
probably has
7.
6 or 7.
They say 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
I
I
think so.
He'd have 7, which is interesting because Steph, dog, god damn, bro, that fucking dude, bro. His shot, it just doesn't even make any sense.
Money. As soon as he crosses half court, money.
Just don't even make any sense. It's like if you don't have him as like the greatest shooter, for one, you're just a hater,
nah.
right? You're tripping.
Absolutely.
Does he enter your conversation for GOAT now?
Not GOAT, but
he
definitely
in
in my
top
10.
10?
Absolutely.
He's in my top 10 too.
It's got to be in the
He
top
can't,
10.
he can't be the GOAT because
No.
GOATs nowadays are two-way players. Mm-hmm. You got to be
Yeah,
able to play
got to.
defense. And
So-
Steph never really locked anybody up.
If you had to pick a starting 5
Yeah.
from any era, how you rocking?
Man, starting 5, I'm going to go Magic Johnson at the 1, Jordan at the 2, Kobe at the 3, LeBron at the 4, Shaq at the 5.
Fuck, bro. This motherfucker just rattled off my entire fucking list. That's exactly what I would do
Yeah.
too. And the homie at the barbershop was hating on me. He's all, what the fuck's your problem with Larry Bird? I'm like, Nah, fuck no. He could come off the bench. That's my 5, bro, right there.
I mean,
Really, you get Magic to start?
bro,
Oh,
give
yeah.
him the 1. Remember, bro, I think people have forgot Magic, bro.
Nah, I ain't forget Magic.
Yeah.
I know what time it was.
Showtime.
I watched those games.
You
I watched
remember?
him.
Hey, let's
I
go
watched
back to
him
the
eliminate
finals.
My Pistons.
Listen, I'm a Jordan fan. At that time, bro, the Lakers were the ops.
Yeah.
Let's be real here about that finals appearance. Jordan has some issues guarding Magic.
Oh yeah. I mean, 6'8".
Yeah,
dude.
6'8"
Like,
point guard. That's
Come on.
crazy.
Has some problems, bro. Magic was in there cooking.
Yeah.
You wouldn't start Magic? Who's your 5 then, Words?
I don't know, man. Like, see, I didn't want to get into this conversation. I was just,
Hey, you
I was
threw your
just
hat in the
trying to
ring,
drop
dog.
bombs. Yeah,
Who would
see,
you
okay.
switch out for Magic then?
Okay.
Let's say
At
this
the
is the
1?
5. This is the 5.
At the 1?
Yeah.
All time. Nah, it might be Magic. It might be Magic.
It'd be hard to take him out of that position.
I mean, if I had to play with that lineup, I need somebody like a Magic out there because I need somebody who's going to run the floor with LeBron and
Right.
keep moving the ball up the floor.
And Jordan and Kobe want their shots.
And Shaq ain't
Hey,
going
you
to make
know,
it past
who's gonna
half
give it
court.
to him?
Bro, the way LeBron and Magic would be able to get those motherfuckers the ball is no one's beating that team.
No one's beating that team.
No one's beating that team. And then Shaq's gonna be in there just disrespectfully beating the living fuck out of everybody.
No, he's not. Shaq going to be sulking on the bench because y'all didn't pass him the ball every time down the floor.
I'm talking about not that version of Shaq, dog. I'm talking about scary Shaq,
2000 Shaq.
Yeah,
Orlando Shaq.
scary Shaq. So, from a lifelong Lakers fan, does LeBron get a statue in Los Angeles?
I'm going to have to say,
Nah.
I'm going to say yeah. He got him a ring, and he finished his career there. He broke all the records there. He actually been a Laker longer than
Shaq.
Than Shaq, and than he was on the Heat.
Yep. This has
Right.
been his longest running.
And he's not done.
If you don't count the 2 split of Cleveland,
Yeah.
he's been here the same amount as his first stint in Cleveland.
Yeah. So I think in that sense, I kind of look. At first, I didn't think so, but man, he's still there.
Crazy.
Still, he's still killing it.
And me and
just
Raw
one
used
ring?
to get, because I'm Braun fan. He already knows. Me and
Yeah,
him
yeah.
used to talk Braun and Kobe all the time.
For
right?
sure.
So it's interesting. Again, I'm a Braun fan when I came back to watching basketball. So I was a fan of wherever Braun went.
That's how I was with Shaq.
Yeah, wherever he go, that's where I go. Right?
And
But
I was a Kobe guy. I was like, nah, Kobe's better. And then so I was always hating on LeBron. But as soon as he became a Laker,
it's like, welcome home, dog. Yeah, welcome home, dog.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, bro, like, I think when we lost Kobe, it made me appreciate the game and its players a lot more.
Yeah.
Right? Because, dog, we got to see, and that's why I brought it up, and that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
We got to see possibly the greatest basketball eras of all time. You guys realize we had Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron all within a 40-year period?
Yeah, it was tough.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
Yeah, it's
that doesn't even make any sense. Those are the 2. Whatever the fuck you want to say, put them in any position you want. Those are 3 of that's top 3, dog. That's got to be Mount Rushmore. Sorry, bruh. If you got an argument, go sit down and argue with your mom, but numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
I don't care where you put them on that list. That's top 3 of all time. And they're all in a 40-year time span.
I'm with you on that.
Where are we going now? What is the game evolving into? Who's going to be the number 1? Who's going to be the face?
We got them international stars, Luka and
You got Wemby,
Joker out
you got
here
Giannis,
just
you got
Giannis.
Wembanyama. Yeah.
It's good.
Wemby's gonna be a problem.
Wemby, man.
Once he puts on, he put about like another 20 pounds on.
Yeah.
That fool, that's like an unlocked cheat character on 2K.
For sure. Yeah, I want to go catch him in Phoenix next time he plays there. For sure.
It's funny, I was scrolling. You see the Lakers have already made $500 million off of Bronny's jerseys and merch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's already paid off them getting him in dividend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Come on, bro.
That's insane.
You think he's gonna actually ever get any real playing time?
I think he's gonna be a great coach.
Yeah.
Great coach.
That's no diss.
I mean, he'll be a role player if anything, but I mean, he's getting better now that he's playing in the D League. I think that makes more sense for him to develop there. He's starting to put up 20-point games there, so that's good. But I don't ever see him being like a starter. I see him coming off the bench, maybe a little spark.
I think he understands that too.
Yeah, and
Like,
I think he's embracing that.
I
too.
was watching an interview
Nothing wrong
with
with
him.
that.
No. I mean, come on, dog. He's still, bro, the shittiest player on the NBA could cook any of us at any motherfucking moment, bro.
Yeah.
To be the worst player on an NBA team, yeah, dog, you lost.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, dog. You out here winning. But I think he understands that that's his position. What's interesting about that too for me is I don't know if I'd want to be that's dog. That's too big of shoes to bro. Sorry, bro. For one, you got everybody that hates on Braun in the first place. It doesn't matter what he does. You got that whole squad of people that are just like, fuck this dude. I hate everything about him. Look at his hair. Look at his eyes. Fuck this guy. They're instantly pivoting to his son.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's getting all that hate out the gate.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, you're not good enough. These are shoes you can't fill. Bro, nobody could fill those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sorry. Who can fill them?
That's what I'm saying. He'd be a great fucking coach. He's been around the game his whole life.
Yeah.
Makes
He's
sense.
young. So by the time he's got kids and a wife, you know, when he's Eric Spoelstra's age,
Great coach.
he'd be a fantastic coach. He knows the game better than anybody else. Because you see his dad is a basketball savant.
Yeah.
So he's got to get some of that, you know, just rubbed off in general. So, nah, bro. He probably, if he can learn how to be a leader, he'd probably be a fantastic coach.
You think LeBron's retiring there?
I think so.
I think so
I think
too.
so.
In
yeah.
LA?
Yeah.
In LA.
He's retiring.
Yeah, probably.
I
He
think
could have dipped a couple of times, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't been too good lately. And it sounds like he was in the headlines the other day about possibly going to Golden State or something. His agent came out and shut that shit down immediately.
I think that's realistic. I said this from the beginning. That would be the only other play. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. But is he going to any other team outside of California? Fuck no. Why? Why would he uproot everything that he had already
Yeah.
established out there in Cleveland? He could have stayed in Cleveland if he was going to move around again.
Yeah.
The goal had to be, let's get out here to Cali, retire a Laker. But again, Golden State's still in the same state,
Yeah.
right?
Just
I
up the
don't
road.
see him going. I really don't. But if he did, that would be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only place he
That
would
makes
land.
sense.
That's the only place he would land.
Be on the
yeah.
Clippers.
Hell no.
No. Yikes, dude. Man, fucking Kawhi, bro. Like, I don't know. It's weird, dog. Kawhi.
They shut him down. They should have charged his battery.
No, why? The thing is, bro, is it just doesn't even make any sense. Like, he was like Kawhi Leonard, and then he went to the Clippers, and he just got, I don't even, like, not even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's hurt, man. Like
All
he's,
the
For
time.
that long?
yeah, but
God
he's
damn.
been, he's been broken down for a
Yeah.
while though, bro. Like he's just not. He's not a real durable athlete. As athletic as he is, he's just not a durable athlete, and that's why LeBron and someone like LeBron is so special. Is the fact that he's got the longevity because it's hard to get that.
Triple doubles at 40 is fucking insanity.
Wow.
That don't even make any goddamn sense.
Hey, Joker still got him on them triple doubles.
Joker ain't gonna be
Early.
doing that shit
Early.
at 40. This
He don't
man
have
gonna be
to.
right. Man,
He-
gonna be
he
training
got
horses.
40.
He got Joker looks like a
Yeah,
40-year-old
right.
mechanic. When he runs down the court, I'm like, who the fuck put their dad in the fucking game? But then he bro.
His IQ is insane, though.
and the way he plays
He makes it
is
look
so
too easy, man.
odd.
It's crazy.
It doesn't even look like he's
Yeah.
like, you know. It does. I watch him play. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because he
Luka, too.
looks like he's at
Luka,
like
too.
He looks like he's at the Y hooping with like
I know.
like NBA players, but he's just like
Whatever.
throwing like just like throwing whatever passes, but they're dimes.
Dimes.
He makes it look crazy.
Luka too. I think
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie are starting to look real good.
sure.
The Mavericks gonna be an issue, but again, like always, the West is always hard to run through.
Dogfight.
Sorry, the West is. Everybody's like, what's it gonna look like? You don't know until the fucking very end.
Who's healthy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's
right.
who's healthy?
Who's healthy?
Yep.
That's what's going to come down to.
Who's healthy? And again, look at what the Lakers did last year with pretty much the same squad. But I feel like our new coach. I think they found.
JJ.
I think Redick's going to be fucking great. I think if the Lakers can keep him for a while, he reminds me. I start thinking a lot of Pat Riley.
Yeah.
That's what when I'm seeing him, I'm like, this low key kind of like Pat Riley right here. This
like
is
with the hair?
Yeah, he's young. He's like, let's fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck are you guys
That's what
doing?
I like. He's all in. Like he's
Yeah.
passionate, man.
You had Darvin Ham would just be like, well, guys, just try your best. You know what I mean? Look, here's the play. Braun, is this good? You good with this? All right, guys. Break. Like,
Go hard.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
Go hard.
Go hard, boys.
Go hard.
And like Reddick's drawing up plays and
Yeah,
pin
he's
downs.
like, motherfucker, I'm going to bench your little bitch ass if you don't go hard. That's Reddick.
Yeah, but they ain't winning.
We won 2 in a row.
2 in a row. I
They
think
ain't
they're
winning.
5 right now.
They're not
5.
winning. Darwin Ham got you a chip.
Yeah, bro, fuck
Toronto
that,
got you
bruh.
a chip.
Fuck that. That in season, he got us a chip.
No, he wasn't the coach for this shit.
Yeah,
That
no.
was a
But
good one.
Oh, the
that's what I
in-season.
said. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
in-season.
yeah.
Yeah, Darvin Ham didn't get a shit.
He got the in-season tournament.
He got
But he
fired.
did get us to the Western Conference Finals.
That's
You know,
okay.
some
See, that's
people-
what I was gonna say, right? That's what I was gonna say. Is we didn't have the greatest squad last year. We didn't have the greatest coach last year. And we got to the Western Conference Finals. So you mix a 5
Yeah.
with JJ and LeBron still with some gas in his tank and AD healthy AD aggressive.
Yeah.
Scary, dude.
That right there is maybe. That's a big if right there. We'll see.
Trade deadline coming. We need one.
Y'all need horses.
Come on,
man.
Pelinka.
Y'all need some horses.
Yeah, come on, Pelinka.
Because he's on the clock with me. I'm like, Pelinka,
He's made
can't be
up.
wasting LeBron's prime last few years.
No, dog.
We need some.
And
We need some help.
He's made some bad decisions, bro.
Yeah, he has.
So, my brother, before we get out of here,
Yeah.
what's next, my dog? You out there in
Man.
AZ? You got the clothing line popping. What do you see
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
horizon for Raw now in the future?
Pretty much the same thing. You know, I'm going to keep doing my thing with the Zia Wear, keep building on that. Keep pushing our brand to the nation. You know, I think that's a beautiful thing. But as far as me coming back and forth, that's all day, man.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, you could take Raw to Burque, but you can't take Burque out of Raw, my dog.
Yeah,
Out there finding fucking little Anitas and shit.
for real.
Just to get that fix,
Man, I'm over
bro.
there showing everybody the green chili. I'm like the guy
plug.
putting in the work out there now.
My brother, you been the plug,
Yeah,
dog. I know
I'm
you're gonna
trying.
stay the plug, dog. I can't thank you enough, bro, for everything, bro.
Yeah,
It's like,
appreciate
you know,
everything.
over the years, everything that we've done, bro, everything that I've seen you accomplish, doors that you kind of, you know, kicked open for me when you didn't need to.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, my dog, I appreciate you, brother.
Man, much love, man. I want to thank you, your team. You guys built a beautiful thing here, man, for real.
Thank you, brother.
I'm tuned in over there, and it gives me a little home, you know, when I watch the podcast, and keeps me up to date as well. But
love-
you guys got a good team here, and you guys are building something special. So it's working, man. Keep it going.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Much
we ain't,
love.
We ain't going nowhere but up, fellas.
Yeah.
Is it time or what?
About that
go.
time.
All ready to get out of here.
Let's go.
Until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
It's thicker than that.